Hello and welcome to our cutting tool portion of the CAM trial videos. In this video I will show you how to create some basic cutting tools that you'll be able to use when creating your own CAM operations. So we're going to keep working in the manufacturing file that we've been creating. We'll just keep building on that as we go. So really we need to add some tools, and first you want to make sure you're in the manufacturing application, and then make sure you're in your operation navigator. And then on the machine tool view, you'll see that we have no tools in here. We need to create a few. So you can start that by right-clicking on generic machine, insert tool, or underneath your home tab, you can hit create tool. That's going to bring up your dialog box. So now under type, you have these different types: mill planer, mill contour, mill multi-axis. Those are your milling operations, and those will all control your subtype down below and the tools you can select with that. So those three are all going to pretty much stay the same. Your subtypes aren't going to change, but if I click on hole making, you'll see that the subtypes have now changed to drilling tools, spot drills, reamers, things of that nature. So let's start with a milling tool. We'll just make a standard bullnose end mill. So I'm going to click that, and then we will call this tool 1. Let's do a 750 diameter end mill. Alright, so now it will give you a representation of the tool. Out of the box here, it's starting with a 1 inch. So we want to make a 3/4. So we'll change this to 750 diameter. We'll give it a 1/8 inch fillet radius. See that it is changing as we go. Now there's no taper angle or tip angle. We'll leave it 3 inch on the overall length there. Let's give it a 1 inch flute length. Now the flute, we'll leave it 2, but if you had a 3 flute, you just change it. Now you're not going to see anything visually change. There's no representation of the flutes, but just to keep your tool accurate, and give it however many flutes your tool has. Now you also have the option to create a reduced shank if you want to, so we'll go ahead and do that. We'll make it 730 diameter reduced shank. And then the relief length is going to be the distance from the top of the flute to the end of your relief. So we've got 2 inches to play with. We'll leave 100 thou out of holder on the full shank there. So now we have the tool like we want it. I'll give it a tool number, tool 1. Cut column register needs to stay the same. And then the next tab here is your shank. Now if you need a more complicated or defined shank, you can turn this on and add that if you need to. For this tool, we're not going to worry about that. Holder. You can create your own holder by filling out this information here, and but we're not going to do that for this tool here. I'm going to show you the library. So I'm going to retrieve a holder from the standard out of the box library from that comes with NX. It's completely customizable. You can add all the holders that you want to this and reference them later on. I'm going to select milling here to narrow the selection down to just milling holders. Select OK there, and I'm just going to grab this large golden shank and display that, and you'll see that I now have a holder with my tool. So click OK there. Drag this back over here so we can see it. So let's say you wanted to, have the tool represent the full length of the tool that's up inside the holder there. You can do that as well. Go to Tool, and we'll just say we'll add another inch to the overall tool, make it 4 inches. If you go back to the holder, you'll see that it extended out another inch. We're going to reduce that or put that back up inside the holder with this tool offset here. Put the 1 inch in there, and now our tool is going to be just like we want it. So we're done creating that first tool. You'll see it down here with the name that I put in. So now we're going to just create another tool here. Let's go insert tool. Let's do a ball nose. We'll call this tool 3, or no, tool 2. We'll do a half-inch ball. And similar dialogue. Switch this to half-inch. It's going to automatically create the ball from the diameter of the tool. Let's make it 2.5 inches long. Half-inch flute length. We'll do another reduced shank, just like we did before. Call this tool 2. And we'll go to holder and just retrieve another holder from the library. There are other search criteria here that will narrow down your results if you want to use that. I'm not going to use that for now because I just want to grab this holder again. And now we've got our second tool defined. So let's do another tool type. Let's do, I don't know, let's do a drilling or hole making tool. We'll do a drill. So we'll go to this. There's that session warning again. Yes, there. Let it reset my time. All right, we'll do a standard drill here, and click OK. I'll drag this over here. Let's do an 1/8 inch drill. You got your point angle options here. You can change to whatever your drill is. I'm going to leave this at 118. That looks good to me. We'll do a 2-inch long drill, 1-inch flute length. And set tool number to 3. I'll go into holder. Let's do something a little different here. Instead of picking one from the library, let's go ahead and build one. We'll just start with a 3/4 inch diameter. So this is going to start building with this criteria from the first level. So lower diameter I'm going to pick is 750. Length, make it 1.5 inches. The upper diameter, make it the same as the lower. If I was to make that a larger diameter, you'd see a taper. I don't want a taper on this one. I'm just going to do a generic collet holder here. So then we'll throw a quarter radius of 30 thou or so. You'll see that added to the bottom here. Now I need to add another set here. So I'm going to hit the plus button. You'll see it's added the exact same information that I had on 1 is now going to be on 2. It's stacked it on top of it. So we want this to be larger diameter. This holder is going to step out from here. So we'll make that 1.5 inches. Make the upper diameter 1.5 inches. And no corner radius, and we'll make the length 1/2 inch. So let's add another set here, and we'll just kind of mimic a flange of the holder. So we'll just say 3 inches, leave it at 1/2 inch, and do 3 inches again, and call that good. So pretty simple to create your own holders. So under library here, you can save it to the library so that you can reference it later. If you did want to do that, you just click this export holder to library. But we do not have access to this virtual desktop, so we're not going to be able to do that here. But that's fine. You can still hit OK, and it is going to save that holder here for you. So pretty quickly and easily, we've created 3 different tools. Feel free to play around, create as many tools as you like. Now I've noticed I forgot to name this drill. You can do that after the fact. You just click on it. It's going to give you the option to edit the name. And just name this tool 3 250 drill. That concludes the cutting tool portion of our videos. Next, we'll just move on to creating some actual toolpaths.